I've gotten to the point where I've decided turning the other cheek is really not going to get anything accomplished. So, I'm calling this one motherfucker out, and he is one of many, but because I can, I will, and I will probably continue to do this until people start to get the fucking point. Don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with you. Leave me alone. I'm a very tolerant person. I like to discuss things like an adult. I love a good intellectual conversation. Religion, politics, economics, science, history, psychology, all of those subjects I like to learn about, expand on, exchange ideas, and debate the different topics concerning those things. They're not the only things, but those are some of the main things. But people consistently come to me on some bullshit when they chat with me. A good conversation to me is better than going to a restaurant or better than going to the movies, which some people enjoy. I really don't. That's not something I'm just really comfortable with. And I've been through this on my blog, so if you don't know about it, go back and look for it. So anyway, I'm calling out this one idiot who really, went too far with me. And I would have let it go at that. But he had the nerve to come back a few days later and try to start the same shit. The only problem was I wasn't at the computer at the time, and I missed the message. So I was able to avoid getting into another online confrontation with this loser. And I can't really remember his name. I had to look it up. I did find his Facebook page, and he was actually somebody that had been added to my Facebook friends, but I never really speak to my Facebook friends that often, so I guess he forgot who he was dealing with and decided to act a fool with me. And this is the point where I'm saying you don't need to apologize. I don't give a damn about an apology. An apology is meaningless. My point is, you can either treat me with respect, which I will give back, or you need to go play with somebody else who's ready to play your little childish games. Not my style. The biggest thing is, I think a lot of people get offended by the fact that I don't want to be their friend. I don't know how many fucking times I gotta go over this. I'm sorry. I don't do online friendships. I don't do online dating. I am not interested in online freaking. As far as I'm concerned, what goes on in the real world is more important than what goes on online. Okay? Since I do not really keep friends in real life, why should I have them online? Now, to me, friendships are extremely deep. I have to trust that person. I have to respect that person. And it takes a long time. I'm talking about it may take years before you get to that point with me. We may see each other and say, hey, before I get to the point where I open up to you like that, because I have to know this is somebody that when I speak my mind, they're not going to fly off the handle and get all sensitive. I don't like oversensitive people. I'm not here to baby anybody's feelings. I don't want to walk on eggshells. I am an adult. Okay? If people say things to me that I don't like, and they very often do, most of the time I'm like, okay, that's where you stand on it. This is where I stand. We don't see eye to eye, and that's fine. You got your life, I got mine. After this conversation is over, I go back to what I'm doing. So will you. So it doesn't matter that much. But people love to inflict themselves on other people for some reason. They feel like if they give somebody some attention, that person has to be flattered. They have no right to feel anything but gratitude to that person for paying attention to them. I'm sorry, but that's not how I operate. Okay, so get over it. It has nothing to do with you. And people keep saying, well, I'm not people. I know, you're an individual, and that's cool. And you know what? It's important to the people that are important to you, and you are important to them. For me, you are a random online person. And it does not behoove me to get to know you on a personal level. It's just not something I need. I'm not saying that you are not worth it. I'm saying it's not worth it to me. And that's who I'm looking out for, me. When you're gone, I continue to live. When I'm gone, so do you. Same thing. So if I'm not interested in friendship with you, why the hell are you worried about that? Why are you offended? Because I have had problems with people online doesn't mean that I think everybody's going to give me a problem. The fact is, I find quite a few people to have nice conversations with. But even with those people, friendship is just not an option. I will never meet them. I will never call them. I will never text them. We will chat. And that will be it. That is my rule. I stick to that rule. And if I break that rule, I found I always regret it. Always. And there's no reason for me to live with regret. I just decided that's not something I want to do. I will make mistakes, but I will learn from them. And I will not let these mistakes hold me back. That is just personally how I like to handle my life. I'm tired of oversensitive people whining and crying and bitching. And yes, I have a wall up. Oh my God, that's not a fucking revelation. Lots of people have a wall up, but me personally, yes, I do have a wall up. I do keep people at arm's length because that suits me. That suits my purposes. I have no reason to not do that most of the time. I find a few people that I keep, closer than arm's length. And when I've decided that, I found that these people are people worthy of that. I'm not saying that other people aren't. I'm just saying that I keep very few people. And I don't need to spend a lot of my time interviewing people to see who's worthy and who's not. I just know that it's just not worth my time because I don't need a bunch of friends because I'm not that social. I don't go out often. So for the friends that I do have, they may not hear from me from like 3 to 6 months at a time, One day they call me, oh yeah, I'm doing fine, everything's good, just work, school, whatever. And then, they'll text me again, I won't answer. They call me, I won't answer. I'm not out and about, so they don't see me. I just got stuff going on, and it doesn't, it's not something they can really be involved in. It's not something I need them for. If I needed them, I would call them. I don't often need other people in that manner, so I don't bother them. I consider it a public service that I mind my own business and manage my own affairs without depending on other people. Other people, it's good to be able to, but you don't overuse it. And, it's not that I'm saying I can't depend on you. I'm saying that my need to depend on you is lesser because I know I can manage. Some people just can't, and they do need people. And for all the people who are whining and crying because I'm not depending on you, I'm not needing you, go find those people who need somebody and help. Make yourself useful to someone who you can be useful to. Don't bother people that you're not going to be useful to. You might be a great person, and that's cool. But I'm not saying you're not a great person. I'm saying I don't give a damn if you're a great person or not. Can we have a nice conversation, then you go on about your business? That's all I'm saying. So, I think I've made that as simple to understand as possible. If you have problems with it, go ahead and contact me and ask me to explain it. I can have a decent conversation. I can do that without resulting to insults and all of that stuff, but please don't push me too far. If I say something, I mean it, and just let it go at that, okay? If we don't see eye to eye, just be like, cool, okay? We don't see eye to eye. Move on. But don't be a bitch ass and a little pussy bitch. And leave little anonymous comments and stuff and get all hateful and all that shit because you're acting like a child, and I'm not going to respect you if you do that. So just keep that in mind before you do it. I won't respect it. Okay. read the convo, see what a jackass he was, and then, any questions, fine, ask me.